All right, here's a little skit I'm going to do just for my own personal self satisfaction and realization of myself. Um, I lived out in the country for years and years and years. And this video is about the crow. The crow is always there. It's an honest bird, but it's one of the most wisest birds God ever made. If you believe in God or whatever, but it's a very wise bird. The crow's playful. The crow sticks with other crows rather than people, but they use people and they like people. But the crow's always been honest to itself. Um, they live out in the woods. If you can find where they live, something technically is called a rookery. Out in the forest, usually in pine trees, crows make nests. They're a very communal bird. They love their family. They love their extended family. They talk to each other and they're wise. As far as birds go, the crow is among the wisest of the birds. The crow has 10 magics in it. It's a very, very wise bird. But crows play, and crows hang out with other crows. And they are a very playful bird, and they love their chicks. I mean, I watched in the forest next to the owl, I watched hawks and eagles. The owl probably loves its chicks more than any. The owl probably does. Next to the owl would be the crow. The crow loves its chicks more than the eagle loves its chicks. And then mom and papa crow stick with their little chicks. They're a really smart ass bird, but they're a very successful bird. But the mama and papa crow will damn near give their life for their chicks. I seen it, and they're very wise. They're very wise. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know a crow, you know where they roost. They are wise beyond most people I know. And there's another one on a mountain called a raven. The raven is more of a hawk than a crow. Raven and crow are not the same creature. Raven is honestly a wicked bird. It's more hawk than anything. The raven is not a crow. It's not a hawk, but it's definitely not a crow, and the crows pretty much don't like raven. But the raven and crows work together because they look the same. But the raven stays up on the mountain. And in German, the raven is called a Kohlkrauber. Just like the raven says, Kohlkrauber. Yep. The raven lives in the mountain. It's a hawk. But it's not a hawk. It's not a crow. But crows don't like ravens. But crows and ravens usually stay within about a half mile to a mile of each other. Because the crow and the raven don't fly in the same circle. But they work together. So the raven and the crow talk to each other. They look the same, but they're not. A raven's more like an owl or a hawk. And a lot of people don't believe me. I said, oh yeah, I've been in the forest. I spent tens of thousands hours in the forest, thousands of hours in the forest. And the raven, that's a devious bird. But yep, you heard it from me. That's truth. Crow and a raven, I never seen them close circles. Like the raven is a warning for the crow, and the crow is a warning for the raven. I don't think they see each other. And this is how smart birds are, especially crows and ravens. They never cross circles. And the raven and the crow, I never seen them get closer than 400 or 500 yards from one another. Ever. One knows what the other one is. Yep. And the raven knows the owl's number. Owl can kill a crow. Crows are tough and rowdy, but owl is one of the worst enemies of the crow. Yep. I know the forest. Now I know the forest so well, I could tell you stuff about ravens you wouldn't believe. But over and out, I was just doing this for experimental matter. But that's truth with Raven and Crow. They won't get within. They work together, but they won't get within probably 400 yards of one another. They won't close circles. And the Raven uses the owl as a hitman. Because the hitman, well, I wouldn't say hitman, but I'd say the owl comes in the night and take the little crows or kill Mama Crow or Papa Crow. The owl would be the one, and if they got closer in circles, the Raven will put the owl on the crow. But the crow has a lot of friends, and I've been in the forest. Technically, I have seen crows attack owls, but I've never seen a crow kill an owl. But they'll attack the hell out of an owl. Crows hate owls. Crows are very wise, but they're a very family-oriented bird, very playful. They like to play with each other. Like in the field, they'll play. If you see them. Anyway, let's see how this one sounds. And I might put this on the internet, but if I do, this is just like a sounding out. If you want to hear any more about the forest, I could tell you a little more about the raven, what the raven does, what the owl does. But this is just an experiment. I'm just putting this out here. All right, let's kill this one.